What do you think makes a good life? Well, most of us are looking for things like happiness, life satisfaction, general well-being, right? But all these terms seem rather general, kind of hard to define and even harder to measure. Well, lucky for us, there is an entire part of psychology called positive psychology that deals only with these kind of questions. And the most prominent name and kind of founding father of positive psychology is a guy called Martin Seligman. Martin Seligman came up with his own personal philosophy of how we can systematically increase happiness and well-being in our lives. He calls this P.E.R.M.A, and this is exactly what I want to share with you guys in this video. Check it out. So Martin Seligman has spent basically 40 years of his academic career researching happiness, well-being, and general life satisfaction. At first, he was under the impression that happiness should be made the main goal of our lives. After all, the happier you feel, the more satisfied you are as well, right? Well, it turned out that this is actually not entirely true. You can be over the moon happy because your favorite football team just won the national championship, but at the same time you can still be pretty dissatisfied with your general life situation and well-being. So Martin Seligman went back to the drawing board and came up with a formula for actual life being. And this is what he calls P.E.R.M.A. P.E.R.M.A is an acronym and it stands for positive emotions, engagement, relationships, meaning, and accomplishments. So let's have a bit of a closer look at each of them. First off, positive emotions, and that is actually the category that happiness falls into. If we win the national championship in football, if we go out for a nice movie night, if we have a really good dinner, all of that creates positive emotions within us, and of course that is a crucial part of well-being. It is, however, not enough. Next up, we have engagement, and that is very closely related to your job situation. If you have a job where you don't really feel like it even matters what you're doing, if you have a job that is very routine-based and you don't get to challenge yourself and learn a lot of new things, then you're probably not very engaged in your job, and that will then diminish your life satisfaction. If, however, you are very engaged, you love what you're doing, you're super passionate about it, you're constantly learning new things, you are expanding your comfort zone and your horizon, then that increases your well-being and your life satisfaction in turn. Point number 3 is relationships. This is something we can all relate to. We all need to have good friends, we have to get along with our family, we need a nice partner in our lives that we can share our lives with in order to increase our well-being. If all of that is missing, it is very difficult to actually feel satisfied with your life. An important thing to point out here though is that it's not only about having relationships, but to actually make authentic connections with people. So that means if you really have deep relationships, if you have deep connections with people, that will in turn increase your well-being a lot more than just people that you very vaguely know or that you randomly bump into, but that you don't feel you have this closer connection with. Point number 4 in the P.E.R.M.A system is meaning. And meaning can be anything that makes your life worth living. Of course, a lot of people get their meaning from their job or their profession, but it doesn't necessarily have to come from there. It could also be your family, it could be certain hobbies that you're into, it could be something that you feel is worth fighting for and that gives you a purpose in life. And then last but not least, we don't only have to have a purpose, we do actually also have to accomplish certain things. It is important that we get this feeling of, yes, we can actually make a difference. We don't only engage in certain things, we don't only have a meaning or a purpose in our lives, but we can actually produce results and make a difference. So the sense of accomplishment, the sense of checking off different things from your to-do list, moving on your path from one milestone to the next, is also a very crucial factor of increasing your well-being. So there you have it. According to positive psychology and their father Martin Seligman, those are the 5 factors that you need in your life to feel completely satisfied and to increase your well-being over time. Positive emotion, engagement, relationships, meaning, and accomplishments are necessary to flourish. Personally, I can really relate this topic to my own life. I can see that I need all of these 5 components to really feel fully satisfied with where I am in life right now. So now I want to hear from you guys. Do you agree with Martin Seligman? Do you feel like he misses some points? Do you feel like some of the points that he mentioned are maybe redundant even? Let me know down in the comments below what your strategy for a happy and fulfilled life looks like. I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, talk to you next time.